recently on a trip to the UAE with some Oklahoma friends.
Exactly.
We're getting to hear more about that trip. I'd like to hear from your perspective, what was the most surprising part of it?
When we went over there, we were really there to see what the aluminum operation looks like and the scale of it, and really to try to understand what we will be bringing to Oklahoma. The scale of it was immense, and it's really hard to envision when you hear about long production lines and then actually see what is over there, a mile-long aluminum production line. It's just a completely different animal. Similarly, we looked at how they source product. They have product, their supplies come in overseas, so they come from an ocean-going vessel through a 6-kilometer conveyor belt. Now, we're not going to have that in Inola, but just every single thing that we saw, the scale of it was so immense that it really helped us reframe what we're going to be bringing to Oklahoma.
Can you picture it here?
I can picture it here. It will be a big change for Inola, but that is what that whole port area is set up for. It will have to be adapted, obviously, to fit the space that we have here, but it will be an amazing thing to bring to Oklahoma.
When you talk about just the level of investment and what this means for future industry in Oklahoma, do people have a grasp on that, of just how significant this is?
We're really just getting started in terms of understanding this transformation for Oklahoma. When we bring something that is at the top of the supply chain, like aluminum, that is in so many products that we use every day, that's in aerospace and defense products, and also in our aluminum cans, it affects everyday life. For us to have that product produced in our state will have enormous implications down through the whole supply chain. We'll bring their customers to the state. We anticipate a lot of economic development work, and we think this really gives Oklahoma a key strategic advantage.
Yeah, we're talking potentially thousands of jobs.
1,000 jobs or so just at the aluminum smelter. There will be, of course, a lot of construction jobs to build it. We also expect several thousand indirect jobs in the community, as well as any jobs that come as a result of a customer or supplier moving there.
Now, one of the conversations we always have when talking about industry and attracting them here is our workforce. Do we have the workforce for what this is about to become?
It's a fantastic question. We do have the right workforce from a skill set. Clearly, though, we need to continue to grow our workforce. We need to work with our career techs. We need to recruit people in from out of state. I'm sure you know that we have had great in-migration from Texas and other states. We need to continue that because we will need numbers. The good thing is it will take several years for this to open up, so we have time to prepare.
So we're thinking starting construction later this year and then a few years before we see production?
Correct.
That's the timeline?
What we expect is groundbreaking later this year, and then it'll be a multi-year construction build that will result in aluminum being produced in, say, 2030 or so.
Okay, that seems like a good estimate, a little area
Yeah.
there. So talk to me about, I was reading about the ownership stake. So Emirates Global Aluminum would own 60%, right? And that's state owned. What do you want to say to Oklahomans saying, I don't know about a foreign country, a Middle Eastern country, having majority stake ownership in such a big project here in Oklahoma?
Well, it's important to note that we have all kinds of international companies here in Oklahoma. Some are state owned, and some are privately held, and some are public companies. But it's not, foreign direct investment is not new to the U.S. When you are operating in a global industry like this, you are going to deal with all kinds of entities. I have no concerns about this. They are already operating in the U.S. They have their headquarters, if you will, in the U.S. is in St. Louis. They have operations in other parts of the country. I don't see any particular issues with this.
And it sounds like we have to be open to that sort of partnership in this climate.
We do. I think if you want to participate in the global economy, you have to be willing to work with all kinds of entities.
It's just interesting too, the timing. We're seeing this uptick in like kind of anti-Muslim rhetoric from some of our candidates, and here's a Muslim country. Are you hearing any concerns from them going, I don't know about going into a state like Oklahoma, hearing what I'm hearing? Any of that?
We have not heard that. I think one thing I would point out is in the UAE, a small minority of the folks that live in the country are actually Emiratis. So this is a global country. They have so many opportunities there that a lot of their local population comes, the vast majority of the population comes from other countries. So this is a country that is used to working with people of all backgrounds.
So we don't have anything to worry about in terms of, oh, here we are, letting another country come in, and I'm just hearing kind of the rhetoric that I'm already seeing on some other issues here. You don't have those concerns.
Well, the important thing to note is that the job opportunities will be for Oklahomans and people who choose to move to Oklahoma. We'll take some folks from Texas if they come up, but I'm not concerned about this. This will create immense opportunities for Oklahomans.
What else do you want us to know about this project, this trip, and kind of the future of where we're headed?
This is a good example of what we're trying to do at the Department of Commerce. How do we bring manufacturing jobs to the state? How do we get further up the supply chain so that when we recruit a company, we will also be able to recruit their customers? And it's all in the service of creating opportunities for Oklahomans.
Yeah, we're putting ourselves out there and letting these other countries know too, like, look, we're here to do business and we mean it.
Exactly.
I would imagine